Hey, hey, welcome world. Welcome. This is OGH Rock, alias Man Heart. This is Man's Minute Podcast. I'd like to thank you for taking time out on your Sunday to check us out. That's my co-host right there, Mark Miller. We are now in the building.
Hey,
What's going on? What's going on, champ?
what's happening, everybody? I'm pretty good. How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there, man, ready to tackle another week. You know what I mean? We're having some teeth
Yeah,
issues,
we
bro.
start.
So I'm taking Tuesday off. I'm gonna fuck around and try to go to a dentist, man. Look like it might be time for some dentures for the old boy or something, bro.
Hey, bro. The technology is there these days, so it ain't like the old days. So,
Yeah, the
but the
prices
health,
that they talk
the
about,
health,
the prices that they talk about. I see why people be running around with a raggedy ass mouth, bro. That shit is crazy.
yeah,
Motherfucking $24,000, $12,000. I'm like, Jesus, that's a whole
yeah,
nother car. Shit.
yeah. It gets pretty crazy.
Yeah, shit is crazy as hell, man. I'm like, man, I don't see how people
Yeah,
do it. You
but
gotta
the
have
health,
to be able to afford this shit. This shit is
yeah,
like, bro, I don't
yeah,
understand. And it's is some of this shit is life threatening in the long run too. So it's kind of hard for me to understand why they make it so
you're,
hard for you to get help. I done had insurance, went into
you're,
the dentist office, and had motherfuckers tell me, when I after I give them my dental information, they tell me, yeah, well, we'll reschedule you after we hear back from your insurance. So the insurance companies ain't even responding to these people. Got me sitting in the dentist office looking dumb. Can't even get work done.
yeah.
Leave, go in with your mouth hurting, come out with your mouth hurting.
Uh,
That's just crazy.
yeah. So it's a very lucrative business, healthcare. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
They could have they could have offered us free healthcare or some sort of nationwide plan where you can afford healthcare. These are life safety, what they call it, life safety issues.
yeah,
The quality of life issue. Your
yeah,
mouth is one of the number one quality of life issues. You can't eat, you're gonna die, or you're gonna have a miserable experience.
yeah.
On a day to day. So when did they made uh, dental procedures elective? It's beyond me. It's beyond me.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
yeah,
crazy to me,
your mouth
man.
messed up, it affects everything on your body. But hopefully you can, find something figured out. You're not on the E2 plan?
Nah, the E2 plan wasn't helping me. That's what I'm talking about. I was paying for that shit for years. I go to the dentist twice, and it had the same thing happen both times. They take my insurance information, try to contact them. Next thing you know, they
Uh-huh.
come back in the room talking about, yeah, we're gonna have to reschedule you when we hear back from your insurance, and da da da. And I never hear from them again. You know what I mean? After going through that the
Mm,
second time, I decided to go ahead and cancel my insurance because I'm like, what am I paying for? I can't even get my shit fixed. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
This shit is crazy. They just taking money from me.
Did you, yeah, did you do the high plan or just the regular plan?
Well, I think I probably just did the regular plan because the high plan was probably too high at the moment. At
Yeah.
one point when I had all the high shit, they were taking like $300 a month from me. I mean, $300 like damn near every 2 weeks
Yeah. Was
outside of
that
taxes.
because you had the
Well, no,
family on there?
when I had the family plan, they were taking 400 and some change every 2 weeks. I tried to break it down. I took the family plan off and just tried to get some personal things for me on it, and that added
Yeah.
up to like 300 and some change by itself. So I had to drop that shit and break everything down to the basic level. But you know what I mean? Like I
Okay.
said, that's supposed to cover something. It didn't cover anything. No
Yeah.
cleaning. It didn't cover the cleaning. It didn't cover
And
the tooth removals I need and none of that shit. I'm like, what does
really?
it cover? What
Mm.
am I paying for? I don't even get it. So I
Yeah, I
tried to
thought
say,
you're supposed to get 2 cleanings a year. It covers
uh-huh.
2 cleanings a year and what else? X-rays and shit like that,
Well, they
and,
say I got periodontal disease real bad, so a lot of my
oh,
shit
well,
got
that's expensive.
yeah, a lot of my shit got to get extracted. You know what I'm saying? So
So, let me tell you something. Oh, okay, I just went through that, Okay.
Mm,
I had on a plan with my dentist, and it took about a little over a year, maybe 2 years.
uh-huh.
They had to do deep cleaning, and the shit's expensive. But they had to do deep cleaning. I had to come out of pocket about 4 grand out of pocket
Mm,
overall. But
yeah.
they had to do the deep cleaning. They had to do the laser cleaning with an actual
Mhm.
laser to but mainly the deep cleaning helped out a lot, uh, and, just had to take care of my teeth, man. Had to floss every day and all this other shit, man.
Yeah.
I was able to reverse, you know, somewhat, you know, but it took
Mhm.
about 2 years, so don't throw I mean, I'm just saying don't throw in the towel yet. Find
Yeah.
yourself a dentist that'll give you a good plan, and maybe you can do it in payments. My dentist was cool. He let me pay over time, you know?
And he did the
Uh,
work
it
though
was
up front.
yeah, did the work up front, man, you know, so,
That's what I'm looking for. I don't mind making payments, but
uh,
it seems like I
and
get
I didn't
stopped
know
at the
this
door.
man from Adam, but that was yeah, yeah, that's I couldn't do it if it was just had to pay outright after the dental visit, but he
Yeah.
was allowing me to pay over time. Well, that was his office, policy, you know,
Yeah.
and, yeah, that's the only way I would get it done. But anyway, I know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
and
man.
it sucks,
Shit gets rough.
and it's not enjoyable, but you can't ignore it, is my point, okay?
Yeah.
Please don't ignore
Well,
it. Try to figure out something.
first little
Hey, are
topic.
you using the oil rinse
Well, I'm using the periodontal toothpaste. I'm using a periodontal
and
mouthwash. The I got the
okay,
electric soft bristle
alright,
toothbrush. I've
yeah,
been
alright.
flossing. I ran out of floss, but
Flossing?
huh?
Okay. I was just asking, are you flossing? You might
Yeah,
need to get some antibiotics too to kill, some of the infection that you have deep down in the root. That's what they
yeah.
had to do with me. But anyway, alright. Good luck with that, alright?
Thanks,
But it ain't the
bro.
end of the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Alright.
to make. I'm trying to get it right. Well, I guess first topic,
Yeah.
man, is just I don't know how it's been going out there, but I've been noticing like in the news, there's still a lot of murders going on out here, man. Like every day, every single day is like somebody in PG County, somebody in the area, Virginia. I see it's a lot of weird crimes, a lot of weird crimes going on, a lot of weird deaths, people getting shot at stoplights and shit, carjackings and all type of weird shit going on out here again. So I'm just wondering, with this new day and age, when they policing everything
It's
else.
summertime.
Yeah, I mean, I know
It's
that turns up
summertime.
everything, but I mean, it's like they
Yeah.
seem to be turning up their efforts on everything else except for the domestic crimes, that we already have, that's been going on for years type shit.
But man, yeah, let's take a real look at that. When they did up the police presence in the neighborhoods to quell this,
Uh,
what did we say? We living in a police state. What did the pushback was? Oh, why would we living in a police state? You know, and I'm just looking at this from the outside. People don't get mad at me. I'm all for my brothers and sisters, but I grew up all black. So
yeah,
if you're not policing your own community to stop some of this stuff,
uh,
and you can't get mad when they send the police in at full force. And
well, I
then
mean,
when you protest against that and get rid of them, and crime spikes again, what are you expecting here? I mean,
well,
really,
I
honestly, what are
think
you expecting here? You
my
really
thing on it, it's a little deeper than that to me. It's like I feel like everybody, you hit the nail on the head when you start talking about people policing their own. Because hold on one second, man, we got a lot of youngins out here in these streets that have
yeah.
nothing to do, and they're running the streets with guns and packs, like packs of young, groups of young niggas with, I don't mean to say niggas, groups of young adults with guns
Uh,
and no direction. You know what I'm saying? And that
well,
seemed to be
I just I think this direction is out there. They don't want to take it. They don't even want to even be bothered. Is
Yeah,
my
I mean
opinion.
that's what I'm saying. Either they're not taking it, or it's not available. Either one. But the point is, they like it's like groups of youngins running the street with no direction at all, guns, and it's like, I guess, just in my opinion, the fucked up outlook on life. The way they looking at life is like, what I mean, death means nothing, life means nothing. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and a lot of this is
It's just
man
a
made.
weird day and age. I would be really sad if I was a YN in this motherfucking day and age and not having the direction, or at least
Yeah.
the village that we kind of grew up with, where the element where the neighbors could whoop your ass when you out in the street, cussing and fussing. You know what I mean? Doing some shit that you're too grown to be doing. It's like that energy is gone. Now you try to whoop a kid, you gonna get blasted by the parent or the kid.
Yeah, that's the point. It's all upside down now. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. These kids have the opportunities. There's jobs out there. There's
But
the
I
things
think
are out there. That
the
is
way
never.
I
That's
think the
just an
way
excuse. That
the way that life
yeah.
has progressed from the time we was young to the time that these youngins are growing up now, I kind of feel like the access that they have to all of the things that we didn't as youngins has been detrimental. Because if you open up the door and give a motherfucker 100,000 choices to pick from without guiding him towards the ones that make
Oh yeah.
sense, you know what I'm saying?
He's
You
gonna
fuck
go
it
for the
up.
easiest one.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the easiest ones, the ones
Yeah.
that make sense to an untrained eye. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. I see a lot of bad decision making with with no secondary help. Like, I don't understand. It's just I don't get it. It's like I kind of look at
Well,
life. I kind of look at life like when we was young, we got our ass whipped. That gave us a curve to some of the behavior, even though we didn't like it. And I feel like some people's parents went overboard with that. So now when they start having kids, their children, they started looking at it like, I'm not going to treat my kid the same way, because they didn't understand the direction that their parents were trying to push them in. They only saw the punishment. So they now, in turn, when it's their turn to raise a kid, they're trying to be so different that they're missing things. They're missing direction. They're missing guidance. You know what I mean? Because they're blinded by, it was all punishment. You know what I mean? I got all punishment, so I'm not going to treat my kid the same way. But I think what they missed was the guidance that punishment was trying to produce. You know what I'm saying? The guidance, the curbing of the ill behaviors and shit. I think that's changed. Now this new generation of people that have kids, the ones up under us that started having kids, started looking at it like it's better to not discipline your kids like your parents did you, because XYZ, whatever reason. But the result of that is a bunch of kids with no fear, no fear of adults, no respect, no perception of even respecting adults. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's a sweeping category, because not all kids are like that. Some kids do have their parents giving them the right direction, but the majority of what I see when I'm outside, I mean, it's 7 and 8 year old kids out here cussing like sailors and don't give a fuck who they cuss at. You know what I mean? Or who they cuss around, no respect whatsoever, and that trickles on to them being adults and going through all of these, murders and shit. Nobody's teaching them the value. Nobody's teaching them the value of the next man's life. They don't understand that when you pull that trigger, you're taking everything from that person forever. And 9 times out of 10, yourself too. They don't get it. You know what I mean? That's the part. I mean, I keep saying shit like that because it bothers me so badly. You know what I'm saying? To see people lose their freedom and lose their lives for such trivial reasons. And you know what I mean? Shit like that, it really bothers me, bro.
Yeah, I know. But you can't fix stupid. So I don't know.
Nature is
and that's where I'm at. I agree with you 100%. If you only give these people opportunities to use their brain, and be, can contribute to society in some one way, or the neighborhood, one way or another, by being a taxpayer, by getting a job, or getting a decent education, protecting the elderly and and people in the neighborhood, you know, from these, I hate to say it, thugs, but
Yeah.
you got some wild dudes out there, man. You got some wild dudes out there, and we need to be more honest with who we are as a people too.
Yeah.
And until that happens, we're just doing what we're doing right now, just talking. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm blown away by some of the shit I've witnessed.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm just so saddened by seeing youngins so quick to throw their whole life away. That's the shit that really bothers me the most. Nobody taught you that it's something better around the corner. You know what I mean? Nobody taught you
Well,
that this energy that you got right now is just a fucking phase, bro. That at one point you're gonna really get some sense and some drive about yourself, only if you give yourself a chance to do so. You know what I'm saying?
but
That's
just
the problem. Motherfuckers not giving themselves a chance, bro. You pull that trigger or do the dumb shit, and there's no.
well, just the fact that they don't,
Huh?
yeah, just the fact that they don't understand and realize that taking someone's life is wrong. Period.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wrong unless it's in the self-defense of yourself and or family,
Right.
life-threatening situation. But other than that, the shit is wrong. And how they don't know that is beyond me.
And
Like,
that's
that's
my
personal.
point right there. That's my whole
Yeah.
point right there. How is it? I mean, you can't be. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can, but I'm thinking in my mind, you can't be as uncaring as to devalue life on the level that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be.
You have to learn that.
At some point, you were never taught that value. You know what I mean? How is it that these
Yeah.
kids are making it to their early 20s and early 30s and not motherfucking having that type of talk or training from nobody ever that they met? You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's like
the
amazing.
sad part is, like,
That's amazing to me. Like,
you
how
ain't-
do you navigate your whole life without ever meeting somebody that's putting you on the right path? Or
Mhm.
maybe you just, for lack of a better word, blowing everybody off that's trying to be positive in your life. You don't want to be bothered with nobody like that. But that's a particular person. It can't be everybody. You know what I mean? That shit is, I don't know. It's
streets
just
are
sad.
rough, man. The streets are wild, man. They ain't teaching nothing good.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the block in so long.
Mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to do, to be honest. I could walk through and go to the store, but
Mm.
to actually hang out on the block for a minute, just check it out, man,
Yeah.
it would be a whole new world for me right about now. I'm just being honest with myself
Ain't no
and
future
everything,
in that shit.
It's like, yeah, and man, and they'll kill you. That's
Yeah.
the crazy part. You can die just trying to
Yep.
help somebody or
Yep.
or pass along some good information. They'll look at
Just
you
hanging
like,
in the wrong spot. You never know what the next man did.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? You hanging too close to somebody, get your
Next
ass
thing-
smoked just for being out there. How they doing it these days? They jumping out in vans and trucks and shooting everybody in
Yeah.
sight. You know what I mean? You ain't got to do nothing to nobody. Just
Yeah.
be there. That's amazing to me, man. How can you devalue life like that, bro? Taking everything everybody got, just, you know what I mean? Dang. It's like, what the fuck? Only way I can justify
Yeah.
that is somebody trying to kill you or take yours. You know what I mean? That's the only way I can see it.
Exactly. Situation.
Yeah, the devaluing of
Or
life is a problem for me. But
Yeah.
I can see there ain't no solution to that outside of training. You gotta talk to these kids, man. Get in their head, see what the fuck they thinking, and once you find those, incorrect thought processes, you gotta try to curb them.
Man.
Some way.
Yeah.
Figure out how to reach
I
them.
know.
It ain't no
the hard
solution. It ain't no fix all solution to that shit. You gotta take every case as it comes. But I mean, at least
gaining enough respect.
cases, don't just give up on these little niggas, man, because they can be the reason.
No. Yeah. But it's the respect thing.
That's what I be thinking. Every
Gain the
little nigga
respect.
that you don't try to help, that's one more chance that you get to get robbed walking to your car in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Shit, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
I'm sick of seeing how people do this shit to each other, bro.
For no reason. And that's it. And they'll do it to us. And I'm
I was watching.
You say something.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying. And then you look at this the Facebook and the Instagram or whatever TikTok. I don't know Facebook. I just use Facebook. And God forbid if a white person said nigger. You know what I'm saying? Just being trying to be cool or whatever. You know, it's the end of the fucking world with some of these people. And I'm looking at them like, y'all priorities are way fucked up. You know, you know when somebody's using the hard R, and you know when somebody's just, being cool. I know a few white boys that can hang in any neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And it's natural to them. They don't know the
That's
difference. They're
solid.
not using it. They just where, yeah, it's just where they grew up at. But anyway, go ahead and make your point.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to express my displeasure in seeing the fact that it's always us on us. You know what I mean? And then I wanted to remark about how I'm seeing an uptick in the last 5 to 10 years of the so-called YNs taking each other out
Hmm.
and other people along the way. And it's just like I wanted to remark about how I felt about the devaluing of life that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? How we
It's
go
crazy.
from
Some of these kids
how do we go
went
from the
to school.
60s and 70s movements to killing each
Mhm.
other every single day just over any disagreement that we can come up with, jumping out the car and shooting anybody in sight just because type shit. You know what I mean? How do we get
Yeah.
that shit is crazy to me. That shit is crazy to me. So many people I know that lost their life over nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Yeah.
Shit, shit
And
ain't right.
and these people with the conspiracies about, oh man, that's just the government. They made us. Okay, that you
No.
know that now. Why aren't you doing everything in your power to change that? You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
In my
Just like
opinion,
you know,
this same energy could be used to, like, in my opinion, revamp and like make it the
absolutely.
2020s version of that same movement of the 60s. We need to get back on that.
Yeah,
We need a new version of that.
and you know, yeah. I mean, just community, man. These people need to start believing in community. And I think once you start with there, protecting your community, and meaning not meaning with guns and all this other shit, but meaning in, you know, uh, protecting the people in there as far as their well being, their safety. They you shouldn't have to lock up every goddamn window in your house every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example, but there's some places you can't even walk out your front door when motherfuckers coming in the back door, to rob you. That shit was crazy, man, to me. I've had a couple of friends and people I knew that's happened to them. Literally,
Yeah.
motherfucker walking out the front door to go to work, they ain't breaking in the back door. And it's crazy. And it be there, and again, it's our own people, and whether it's black, Spanish, white. We, I don't know what it is. I guess the being comfortable doing it against your own. I don't know. The shit's crazy to me. I don't get it. Why? How could
Yeah.
you feel
Vince is in
any
the chat. Vince was
feel
saying,
good
"What's
about
up?"
that?
Just wanted to let you know that.
What's that?
I said Vince was in the
What did
chat.
you
He
say?
was saying, "What's up?" I
Hey,
told him
what's up, Vince?
message I put in the chat. We needed him today. We was looking out trying to get him to pop out with us today. Maybe next
Yeah.
week. You know.
All right.
But we got
And I got my little microphone.
yeah,
Yeah.
Marvin got professional on me. He got his whole setup ready now. He over there.
I got to figure out how to do the sound effects though. Maybe you can help me on that one of these days,
Yeah.
man. Show me how to
Yeah,
do
I just
these
gotta
sound
figure
effects.
out what your presets are because normally you hit one button and it unlocks the presets. You hit another button for the voice changer.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Stuff like
yeah.
that. So you just gotta kind of
Okay.
experiment.
Stay with it.
All
Okay.
right. So,
Sounds. I was going to
all right.
talk about the Facebook thing. I don't really feel like doing it no more.
Yeah. Well,
Believe we got a First Amendment, and people are going to have their own opinion on what they see, and
mm,
I don't want to start acting like my what I see is the real deal because I'm not that deep into government. I don't. I don't give a fuck about a Democrat or a Republican personally. I'm not that deep. They all got their hands in the fucking pot. Been had their hands in the pot. Uh,
Yeah.
taken from the taxpayers and their constituents over the years. So I hate getting sucked into the red and blue thing. I'm just going on what I see. You know, uh, Democrats been blowing smoke in our ass up our ass for a long time. You know, and
Yeah.
same thing for Republicans. They've been trying to threaten us into obeying and all that. So I say fuck them both, but I'll probably go piss some people off if I say that. But yeah, I'm just an independent thinker, man. I just want to, I want to follow the law. If there's anything I need to do with this United States and government, hey man, you got a law? Okay, tell me what it is so I can follow it and not break it. And
Yeah.
unless I feel it's overreaching.
Mhm.
But other than that, let's keep it simple. Everybody needs to do what they're supposed to do. If that law applies to me, it should apply to you too.
Yeah.
And that's where I get it twisted at is like, oh, it's good for you, but it ain't good for me, and that's where goes off the rails for me,
I
But
feel that.
anyway,
I feel
yeah,
All right.
nothing too
Well,
much, man.
last
Just
thing
just good to talk to you, man. Yeah.
I just
Um,
wanted to
I like what you did
wrap
today.
about
I
this
like a lot.
last topic what we had talked about off air.
Mhm.
I mean, it's something you kind of enlightened me about, immigration ban on Haiti, Syria, and what other country?
There's a few of them actually, but it was mainly they popped up Haiti and Syria. But
Mm-hmm.
there's some people, El Salvador, anybody with temporary status, basically. A lot of countries out there that people
So they're
have.
actively they're basically they're giving you a chance to self-identify and extract yourself, and then at a certain point, I guess they're gonna be looking for people from those particular
Yeah,
countries to export, basically.
I'm not 100% on that, man, but
Um,
feel like anything else, they're gonna use that kind of tactic or whatever. If you turn yourself in, that probably puts you on a list to reapply as soon as possible.
hmm,
You don't turn yourself in and they catch you or you get, whatever,
hmm.
they have to go get you just like anything else. It's gonna not look too good. Like, okay, so I can't trust you to what I ask you to do. And it's pretty fucked up. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it the way they're treating people like children and, you know, less than, but that's just the reality of it. It's like you can either play the game, or change it, And right now we don't have the power to change it. So, you might want to play the game to the best of the ability, so we can, so we can get through this, you know. Eventually the system will flip again and a more progressive, uh, thought carrying system. Right
Yeah.
now, system ain't it. It's all
Well,
about destruction
that's
and
going
pain.
to take leadership change. Once we get a leadership change, and hopefully the next administration will be more for the people.
Yeah, you know, and and I get people take advantage of systems.
Mhm.
That should be built into the cake. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
should know you're going to have a certain percentage of people that are going to try to circumvent, try to cheat the system. You need to have the correct safeguards in place to eventually catch these people. That's all you got
So
to do. Instead of punishing everybody. You know,
yeah, yeah.
and again, I don't get it. And it's all bullshit up there in Washington D.C. now. It
Mm.
is just all bullshit. These guys are just a lot of them out there inflict nothing but pain. Let's shake up the system as much as we can,
Mm.
and crazy.
Yeah.
Democrats now they fighting against within each other because
Mm.
Mondani, uh, all his candidates he endorsed one, which they're kind of anti-establishment, and then you got
Uh,
Schumer's and Jeffrey, what's our Speaker of the House name, Hakeem Jeffries, you know,
yeah.
their establishment. Point blank, they're just establishment Democrats. So,
Well,
ooh, yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Yeah, we'll see what
well,
happens. But all right, partner. You got
on
anything
that
else?
note, no, that's pretty much it for us today, Brody. I appreciate your comments, man. People in the chat, I appreciate y'all tapping in. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting on some direction from y'all as far as to what y'all actually want us to do some research on and talk about. So if you feeling froggy, go ahead and drop something in the chat. We'll do some research on it. But if not, I hope you enjoyed what we talked about today. We talked about immigration. We talked about
Bring it on.
how you feel about the rising rate of YN deaths and killings and things of that nature, you know, crime period, and how it's running rampant without any recourse while they're focusing on immigration and focusing on gas and this, that, and the other. Fucking young brothers in the corner are killing each other and themselves. So it's kind of a fucked up trade-off. That's in my opinion, but I ain't gonna get back into it. I just want y'all to be aware, you know what I'm saying, and keep an eye on that shit. If you got a chance to change your mind, do it. You know what I'm saying? If you got a chance to step in and be the reason somebody goes another route, do it. I'm off the soapbox.
Yeah, but like you said, man, I think there was a story, 2 weeks ago, where that brother stepped in to break up something or help out a young lady, I think it was, or somebody, and they ended up shooting him. YNs end up killing him, you know.
What I was referring to is mentality. When you're talking to these kids,
okay, yeah,
you're dealing with that hot head, the wild one, always got the pistol type of mentality. Talk his ass down. Let him know that ain't where you want to be at. That ain't how you want to end up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Because some youngers, I get it. You ain't even gonna be able to talk to them at all. Those are the ones that just gonna have to find out the hard way. But if you find one that got an opening in here, use it. That's all I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I see one that got some sense. You want to sit down and listen for a minute. I'm gonna tell him, hey nigga, I've been where you at. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Find another way to get where you want to be. A more positive way, somewhere you ain't gonna be brushing with the law. You know what I mean? If you can help it. Some niggas are stuck in that path. You know what I mean? Realistic too. I know some people is in that path for sure. So do what you do, but you know, like I said, when it comes to blacks and you know what I mean, killing anybody, period. You know what I mean? I'm a person that loves life. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I don't like to see murder. Only time I feel murder, or not murder, but killing is justified is if somebody is attacking you or your family with the intent to kill, breaking in your shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. That type of energy you can't play with. They gotta go. But you know, just randomly I get into a beef with a dude on the street. I don't want to kill you, bro. If it comes down to it, we can knuckle up. But other than that, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die just because we mad. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that energy goes away. But once you pull the trigger, that's a done deal.
Yeah,
that's a done deal. It's over now for both of y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want niggas to remember that type of shit when they got their guns in their waistband. You know what I mean? Think twice, bro. It ain't as sweet as the movies. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as sweet as the movies, bro.
And I've been seeing, man, it's that you brought that up, man, and it's like I look back and I said, when was guns the thing? And I'm going back to the late 80s. Unfortunately, I'm a little older. I'm like, man,
guns were so hard to find. You had to run. If you wasn't on the West Coast, you ain't had no gun. You know what I mean? Your cousin had one. Your father might have one, but you ain't had one. You know, now everybody and their mama got one. Grandmas, fucking 10-year-olds. Like,
they got exotic shit too. Not even like they got some bullshit 38. They got some exotic.
15. You know? Ain't been in the service. Fuck, you need an AP round for. Man, shit is crazy, bro. Shit is crazy, man. Watch your ass out here. That's all I'm about to say. We got to get up out of here, bro. I appreciate y'all, man. You know, everybody who tapped in, the 2 followers that's watching right now. I appreciate that, man. Much love. Thank you for taking some time out your Sunday for checking us out, man, and hearing our opinions. Because that's all they are, our opinions.
Yeah, that's it. You know, don't mind being corrected. That's why we talk.
On that note, This is the OGH Rock. This is Man Minute Podcast. And that is my co-host, Mark Miller. We are out of here like last year, man. Peace.
All right now. Later.